I'd like to discuss chelation as a treatment for heavy metals. You say, that doesn't affect me. I don't work in industry. I don't have any chemical exposure. On the contrary, we all do, because synthetic items, plastics, all forms of artificial things are all around us. They're part of our everyday life. They're part of our household, how we cook our foods, how we deliver our foods. They're everywhere. So they cannot be avoided. And unfortunately, some people are very sensitive to all of these new chemical and synthetic products. The next question is, well, even if I'm exposed to them, why should I be that concerned? Medical science keeps on finding more and more evidence for the fact that many of these artificial compounds are really toxic to our body. They affect all kinds of systems in our body because most of them are absorbed into our tissue, especially our fatty tissue. No, I don't mean that little bit of fat around the middle, but fatty tissue in the body is actually the nervous system, which uses myelin, a fat, as an insulator. Our immune system is made up of fatty acids, and most of our important hormones are built on cholesterol, which of course is a fat. So just those three systems alone are affected by toxic heavy metals. Now, in order for chelation to be effective, the chelating substance, and by the way, the two substances that are most commonly used are EDTA, a substance developed by the U.S. government after World War II to combat heavy metal toxicity, and glutathione, which is a very effective chelator and anti-inflammatory. These substances have to be given intravenously because they have to be in the body in high enough concentrations in order to effectively bind or chelate, that's what the word means, bind these substances, grab onto them, and then rapidly be removed by the body through the kidneys. In order for this to be effective, you can only use intravenous treatment for it. There's a lot of oral chelators out on the market. They are really not clinically effective and require excessively long-term use to produce rather minimal effects. As far as the actual chelation treatment itself, it involves introducing the material, as I mentioned, intravenously. It usually, each treatment would last for about an hour. Now the question is, how many treatments does a person need? That varies quite a bit from one person to the other. It depends upon how much of this toxic material they've accumulated in their body over probably many years. It depends upon how sensitive they are to this material. How long has it been in there? All these things are individual variables which we have to deal with in order to arrive at what is an effective dosage. Generally speaking, a treatment plan of chelation can range anywhere from a dozen IV treatments up to 20 or even 30. It sounds like an awful lot. In many ways it is. But ask those people who have suffered from fibromyalgia, colitis, dermatitis, all rheumatoid arthritis, all other kinds of chronic inflammatory conditions for which there is no good, effective cure, let alone any treatment. Ask them whether they felt that all of those treatments, which remarkably have reduced their symptoms and made them feel much better. Ask them if that was too much of a treatment to go through. They are all very happy that they availed themselves of such a treatment and got such good results.